Hey guys, and welcome back to G Can't Play. On this channel, I test out various strategies I have seen around the internet so that you have another place to see how things roll out. I quite often find that I will watch a craps strategy on someone's channel and I just want to see it in a few different places, just so there's a couple of examples of it being rolled out. So hopefully this is another place where you can see such a thing happen. Today we are going to try out an interesting strategy called it's a bankroll builder. I saw this on the Color Up channel. He got it from someone else. So if you go to his channel and look up this strategy, you'll be able to find the original for this one. And yeah, interesting sort of hedge system here. I'll run through how it works and then we'll start rolling it out because that will obviously help us to better see how it works. So what we need to do, as I said, it's a bit of a hedge system. So we're playing the don't pass, we'll be playing some come bets, and we're also going to be playing some odds on this one. So there's a few different steps. First step is to put money down on the don't pass. So we're playing on a $10 table, so it's going to be $10 units. I'll be talking about units a little bit as I explain this, so that will come into play. So you start with $10 on the don't pass. Once we have that on, we want to establish a point. So let's just say we roll and the point is a 5. Not relevant what the point is on this one. Once that happens, we place 1 unit or $10 on the come. We roll out again, and let's just say it rolls an 8. That $10 will go up to the 8, so that come bet is placed. What we want to do then is we want to place odds on that number, and we want to do 3 units. So 1 unit is $10, 3 units is $30. So we'll place $30 in odds onto that bet. At the same time, we place a second come bet, this time of 2 units, so $20. And that's our next step set up. Once again, we roll. Let's just say we roll a 9 this time, so that come of $20 will go up to the 9. We want to once again place 3 units in odds onto that number, so $30 in odds on the 9, which come bet. As I said earlier, sorry, there's a bit of talking on this one. As I said earlier, it's a bit of a hedge system. So what we do now is we've got a little bit of money exposed up here. We've only got $10 here as a hedge. So what we're going to do is then place 3 units of odds on the don't pass to increase our hedge of the other numbers. It won't fully cover it, but it does cover a little bit if the 7 was to come at that point. Final step, 1 more come bet of $20, 2 units. And then there's sort of a few different situations that can come out of this. So if another number rolls, let's say a 10 rolls, so that $20 goes to the 10. We don't place odds on this one this time, but we do place another $30 of odds onto the don't pass to hedge against the extra number up here. If that come bet goes to a number that we already have, then we just swap it on. The 20 goes up here, we keep the odds, we place another 20 in the come bet, and it just goes round in circles. That's kind of the best case scenario for us. We want that to keep happening. That's where we're making some money. And then obviously the other option is the 7 comes and we lose some money, but that's how it works. If you didn't get all that due to my lack of explaining skills, let's roll it out now, and hopefully we'll come through the different situations and you can see how each situation works. So as I said, we start with $10 on the don't pass, and we want to establish a point. Point is 9. Okay, out on the 9. So next step, $10 on the come, and we roll again. 12, that's what we don't want to see because obviously we then lose our come bet. Doesn't affect our strategy, we just stay at the step, place another $10 on, and go again. Okay, there's the 8. So as I said, this one will come up to the 8. And then we want to pop 10, 20, $30 of odds on there. And $20 on the come. Next, 8. Okay, so they're just going to replace each other. So the 20 is going to go up there. We'll place the 30 on here. So whether it's 10 or 20, you still just put $30 in odds on there. We're on the next step, so it's the $20. And we roll out again. Another 8. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, because these are the same, they just swap around. So that stays there, that stays there. We just get paid. And that's sort of the ideal situation. If the 8s just keep rolling, we just keep getting paid. That's what we want to see. That's the best way we make the money. And there's a loser. So as you can see on that one, once that comes out, we're down $20. So it doesn't fully cover, but it did. We had $40 up there, so it did cover a little bit. Saved us $20 on the loss there. And overall, because of those 2 wins, as you can see, if we take this down, we're up $72 overall. So just off one roll of 6 rolls, so not a lot of rolls, we did make a good little profit there, but we did benefit from this row of 3 8s in a row. You're probably not going to see that too often, so we were lucky there with that. Okay, so once the 7 comes, we just start again. So $10 on the don't pass. Start with $10 on the come. Let's see what we roll out. And see this, we don't mind this 0.7 because 7 wins on the come and it wins on the don't pass. So even though it stops our strategy, it is just a little bit of profit for us, $20. And we start again. And this time we're out on the full. And once again, $10 on the come. 2, we don't want to see that. That's a loser for us. Just like the 12, 2, 3, 12. Losers. 7, 11 winners. Okay, there we go. So once again, it doesn't matter what number this one lands on. We're always doing 3 units of odds. So that's scalable. So we're doing $10, so 3 units is 30. But if you were playing on a $25 table, start with 25 down here, 25 up here, 75 in odds, then it'd be 50 and still 75 in odds. So it is scalable. Same as going the other way if you went down to $5, because we're doing it as per unit. So whatever your starting unit is. Okay, so last time we didn't see that we only had 1 number up. This time we've got 2 numbers. So what happens here is, once again, $30 on odds here, another 20 in the come, and $30 in odds here. So we've got 30, 40, plus 30, 50. So we've got $90 up here and $60 up here. So it doesn't fully cover if a 7 does come, but it does minimize the loss if the 7 does happen to come through here. And there's the 5. So we'll get paid there. These will come down because the numbers aren't equal. The 20 will then just go up there. We'll pop another 30 on and another 20 in here. And we're off and running. Okay, 6. Okay, so this is the final situation where we now have all the numbers we are going to play up there. We're not playing odds on the 6 because there is quite a lot of exposure up here. So we've got $50, $100, $120 up here. We pop another $30 down here. So we've got $70 down here covering for that $120 up the top. And we just roll out. If one of these comes down, then we do pop the comeback back in again. So it's always 3 bets going at any one time, 2 with odds, 1 without odds. And there's the 7. So as you can see, we lose those ones, but we do get a little bit back. And you'll see it's $80 loss instead of that 120. So we saved ourselves $40 there. And that can make a difference. As you can see, we've got 1547 in the rack, where we started with 1500. So that kept us up rather than bring us back down to even. And away we go again. So yeah, good strategy. I quite like it because there's a bit going on. And you stick to the strategy. Once again, we're getting a lot of these come bet losers, but that's okay. As I was saying, yeah, you stick to the strategy. So quite often with some of these strategies is you play them to get out of the hand. So you play them till you win enough money that you can play 64 across or whatever, and then you start pressing and collecting from that point. Whereas with this strategy, you stick with the strategy the whole time you're playing. And you're always replacing things, and you've always got sort of a few things to do. So that's good. We did lose a 10 there, but we got 20 this time. So we did get a winner on this one. Yeah, it gives you things to do. So you're not just sitting there waiting for things to happen. Obviously, if your numbers don't hit, it does wait for things to happen. But a lot of the time you are actually moving things around, adding odds, putting in new come bets, and not just going to the old press and collect strategy, which is a good strategy. It's a classic. But sometimes you want to do something a little different. Okay, we've got a couple of outside numbers. We'd love to pop something on the 6 or the 8, although we will take the 10s because they pay us very nicely. Let's go again. There we go, out on the 8. I forgot to put odds down here. That's something I am very much guilty of, is losing focus. So as you can see here, I can only go up to $45 this time. So I can't put 60 in odds down on here. And that's just because of where the point is and the type of table I'm on, the 3 times odds table. Okay, so we got an 8 there. So that was the one without odds. So we just replace the 20. And as you can see up here, we are actually, even if the 7 does come, we're going to end up because we have $175 out there. We're up $180 unless something like that happens. So we lost the 55 there. The point is off. So at this point, this is a situation I didn't explain. You do have a couple of options here. The one we're going to go with is we just reset, so $10 back in. If you wanted to, these ones are contract bets, so they stay up and they're still playing. You can just roll it out until a 7 comes or these all come down and start again. But we're just going to keep it rolling and just pop back in. So there's the 7, so we lost everything there. Odds get returned to you, but we did lose everything there. And let's have a look on that shooter. We still did end up $55 at the moment, but the shooter is still active. We're still on the 4th shooter there because the 7 came while the puck was off. And we just start again. Okay, out on the 6. $10 on the come. And there's a 7. We win both spots. I like that. Just a cheeky $20 for us. Puck goes off again. Still on the 4th shooter. And this is just another reminder, 12's a push, that keep an eye on your bankroll. We are up $132 at the moment after the 4th shooter. So it really does depend on what you're trying to achieve. That's not a bad little profit. And you probably want to start with maybe $500, something around there on this strategy. So making $100 off of 500. That's not too bad for the day. Making a 20% profit. Okay, so we're sort of floundering a bit here, going backwards and forwards, getting some 7s, hitting some points, bit up and down. But as you can see, we're not really losing. We're not really making money on this one. Okay, so what happens here is because we've already got this one up, we just establish the point. We just jump into the point in the system where we're at, which is adding odds to this one and putting $20 in the come to the 4. Okay, so we put 30 on here, we put 30 on here, and another 20 in there, and the 8. Okay, so we've got everything in place now. Up to 60 on the don't pass. We don't replace the come bet until something like this happens. As you can see, this one wins. So now we only have 2 bets up. And what happens now is the one without odds, we add odds. So there's always the 2 odds. And we replace the come bet for the 3rd bet. It just goes round in a circle. There goes the 7. So we lose those ones, we get the hedge. So we were down $40 there. But if we have a look at the shooter, okay, slight loser on that one. We were down $4 overall. But we did make 75 on that previous one, which was good. And if we bring this down, you can see overall we're up $128. So what we'll do is we'll do it one more time. I think we've had a good showing of all the different possibilities. And yeah, I think it's a pretty good system. Obviously, it's worked out pretty well for us. We've had a few ups and downs, but nothing major. Like 3 winners and the 2 losers are pretty small. And that's sort of thanks to the hedging system. You could probably double those, or double that one at least. That'd go up to $80 loss. This would probably be a $40 loss. And then we'd be a lot closer. You know, would probably be around about that 120. Would probably be breaking even rather than up a little bit if we didn't hedge it. So you can see how that having these down here and adding those odds really helps with the system. Unless you get a 3, because then you're just losing $20 straight up and having to reload. And then, yeah, having that sort of carousel when you are hitting those numbers and you're just making some profits off of that. A couple of losers here. It's wanted to take us back down on our final roll, but that's okay. So I can put odds on here. They're normally off, so we want to make sure that's how it normally is. We just reset this, because if the 7 comes, we get those bets back. But we do lose the contract bets because they are always on. Okay, 2 craps, that was nice. Gives us a little $10 back from the 5 we lost by hitting the point, the 10 we lost by hitting the point. Okay, out on the 8. And here we go. Okay, 4. And I should have put the odds up there, but I didn't. But we will pop them up now. We'll go as much as we can. So because it's on the 8, the max odds we can on this table is go up to 36. So that's just the type of table I selected and what I can do on the free version of Crapsy. But you should be able to do 6 times odds, 5 times odds. You just have to check with the table that you're playing on. And this does, yeah, hurt us a little bit in terms of hedging. Okay, so here's a situation where we're hitting some numbers that we don't have up, so we're not winning or losing. And there comes the 7, so that was a losing roll. Okay, and I think that's a good show of worst case scenario. There we go, we lost $90 there. So that was a big loss. We only ended up 38, still up overall though. So 3 winners, 3 losers. We had that one big loss there on shooter 6. So we hit that 7, which started it, and then we've got 20, 30, plus a 70, 100, and we only won the 1. So that was our come bet losing. That was our don't pass losing on the point. and then obviously the ones up here in the hedge, we couldn't get that higher hedge. If we were able to get $60 on there, then we would have minimized that one down a bit more. Okay, so that was the Bankroll Builder strategy. I like it. It's not a massive winner. You're not going to get massive profits unless you're getting a lot of repeat numbers with the bets that you have on there. But it also minimizes big losses. So I think you can play this strategy for quite a while with not the biggest of bankrolls. And it's a bit fun because you're generally always doing something. You know, you're replacing those come bets, you're putting odds on, moving things around. So if you've got fidgety hands and want to be doing something each round, then this is a strategy you can use to sort of keep yourself busy and moving stuff around. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you liked this strategy, and I will catch you on the next one. Catch you later, guys.